Good evening, you're listening to Freedom Global News on 99.5 FM. I'm Zahra Zannah. Today is the 8th of November 2022, and now the news in full. A federal high court of the Federal Capital Territory FCT in Maitama has convicted Abdulrashid Bar for contempt of court in relation to his agency's failure to comply with an earlier order of the court. Justice Chizoba Oji of this honorable court made on November 21st, 2018, directing the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Abuja, to return to the applicant his Range Rover and the sum of 14 million naira. Justice Oji rejected the arguments put forward by the lawyer to the EFCC, Francis Jobo, to justify his client's action. The ruling delivered on October 28 a certified true copy CTC, of which the nation cited in Abuja today was on a motion on notice filed by Air Vice Marshal Rufus Adene or Joint Head of Operations at the Nigerian Air. Ojo had by his end or job witness to complained that the EFCC declined to see the court on November 21st, 2018. They are Ria Baba Idris of the High Court of the FCT in Nyanya in 2016. Meanwhile, in a response, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission said it will appeal the October 28, 2022 conviction of its chairman, Abdulrashid Bar, for contempt of court. Anti-graft agency spokesman Wilson Uwajari told reporters today that the commission universities asked to said it will not embark on another strike action, as to however condemned attempt by the federal government to turn the academics into casual workers through the so-called pro rata payment of salary. And executive committee NEC held yesterday. In a statement issued after the end of the meeting today, quoted the ASU National President, Professor Emmanuel Osadike, saying that the university teachers are intellectuals and not casual workers. The statement said the union suspended its 8-month strike on October 14, 2022, in obedience to the order of the National Industrial Court and in further consideration of intervention efforts of well-meaning Nigerians, including the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Bajabiamila. The NEC therefore appealed for the understanding of Nigerian students, parents, and other generally concerned individuals and groups while we continue to pursue positive resolution of this avoidable crisis within the ambit of legality without compromising the interest and welfare of Nigerian intellectuals. For tomorrow's weather forecast in some cities.
Kano tomorrow morning is expected to have partly cloudy sky and light wind at an average temperature of 16 degrees Celsius and later change to 24 degrees Celsius with sunny intervals and a gentle breeze. Katsina will experience a clear sky and light wind at an average temperature of 10 degrees Celsius and breeze. Kaduna will have a clear sky and light wind at 19 degrees Celsius and later change to 24 degrees Celsius with sunny intervals and light wind. Abuja is expected to have partly cloudy sky and light wind at 22 degrees Celsius and later give way to 27 degrees Celsius with sunny intervals and light wind. Lagos will get monsoon, but Mara is expected to have a clear sky and a gentle breeze at an average temperature of 19 degrees Celsius and later give way to 26 degrees Celsius with sunny intervals and a gentle breeze. While we have a clear sky and light wind at sunny intervals and a gentle breeze. Mark, Freedom Radio.
The news is coming to you from Freedom Radio 99.5. You can send your comments, opinions, and watch us live on Freedom Radio Nigeria on Facebook.com. You can get the link to the page on our website, freedomradionig.com, or call us through this number, 0824444163. Welcome back. You're still listening to Freedom Global News on 99.5 FM. A federal high court sitting in Gusau today nullified the governorship primaries of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, in Zamfara State for the second time. Justice Aminu Bappa Aliyu nullified the governorship primaries that produced Dr. Dauda Lawal Dai as the PDP candidate in the 2023 general elections. Delivering judgment, Bappa Aliyu held that the PDP lost the opportunity to field the candidate in the 2023 polls for failing to conduct primaries in line with the guidelines of the Electoral Act 2022 as amended. The same court had earlier on September 16 nullified the exercise following alleged irregularities in the governorship primaries conducted on May 25th. Two governorship aspirants, Dr. Ibrahim Shehu Bakawi and Hafiz Muhammad, had after the second exercise approached the court seeking nullification of the second primaries conducted on September 23rd. The aspirants had prayed the court declared the exercise as null and void and to no effect for failing to meet the conditions as stipulated in Section 82, 1 and 5 of the Electoral Act 2022 as amended. The Kano State Proposed Appropriation Bill 2023 and Sa'adat Rimi University of Education Bill 2022 has scaled second reading before the Kano State House of Assembly. The bill succeeded during today's plenary session presided over by the Speaker of the House, Engineer Hamisu Ibrahim Chidai, where the Majority Leader, Alhaji Labaran Abdul, presented the second reading. In another development, the House has approved the alteration of 42 out of 44 bills for the 1999 Constitution. The members of the House unanimously agreed with the alteration after the Executive and Committee of the whole session, as announced by the Speaker, Engineer Hamisu Ibrahim Chidai.
And out of 44, 42 bills were voted yes. Is this what we have deliberated? And only 2 bills were voted no. Is this what we have deliberated? These 44 bills are: number 1, local government financial autonomy, voted yes. Number 2, local government administrative autonomy, voted no. Number 3, change of names of Apikpo North and Apikpo South local government in Ebonyi State, voted yes. Number 4, change of name of Kunchi local government area in Kano State from Kunchi to Gari, voted yes.
Correspondent Awal Hassan Fagir reports that the House has also adjourned its sitting until Monday, 14th November 2022. On sports, President of the Nigerian Football Federation, Alhaji Ibrahim Musa Gusau, has provided the Federation's corporate partners and sponsors with strong assurance that the new FFF administration will put their monies to judicious use in developing the game of football and Nigeria to the benefit of all stakeholders. Hawa Adam Kiara has details of this in other sports updates.
Alhaji Ibrahim Musa Gusau stated this during an insightful interaction with a number of the partners and sponsors in Lagos. The NFF president, in company of immediate past NFF boss and FIFA council member Amaju Melvin Pinnick, NFF General Secretary Dr. Muhammad Sunusi, and Director of Communications Ademola Olajiri, expressed heartfelt appreciation to the frontline corporates and appealed for even greater support for the Nigeria game at this time. Pinnick's role, described as noble and in the national interest by Gusau, was to formally introduce the new NFF president to the corporate partners, most of them brought on board by the former healthman. In another update, Super Eagles forward Victor Osimhen has been rated as Nigeria's most valuable player in Europe this season, following his impressive performances for Napoli so far this season. According to Transfer Market, the 23-year-old forward, who is currently the top scorer in Serie A this season with 8 goals from 9 games despite missing 5 weeks due to an injury, has seen his stock rise to 65 million euros. For the consistency in front of goal coupled with his lethargic finish in the Serie A, Osimhen has been named as the best player of the week 13 in the Italian top-flight league. Meanwhile, Aston Villa are reportedly interested in signing Nigeria's Samuel Chukwueze from Villarreal, who was a former player under Villa's new coach Unai Emery. According to Team Talk, Chukwueze is one of 3 Villarreal players that Emery is trying to bring to the Premier League in January 2023. Chukwueze performed well while Emery was in charge of Villarreal, contributing to 30 goals in all competitions since Emery took charge in 2020. And on tennis, France's Caroline Garcia claimed the biggest singles title of her career with a straight-set win against Arina Sabalenka in the season-ending WTA finals in Texas. The 29-year-old won 7-6 and 6-4 against the Belarusian 7th seed, Hawa Adamikiawa. Freedom Radio.
And on the foreign scene, schools across Uganda will close 2 weeks before the scheduled end of term after 23 Ebola cases were confirmed among pupils, including 8 children who died. Muhammad Sani Uba reports.
Education Minister Janet Kataha Museveni said today that the cabinet had taken the decision to close preschools, primary schools and secondary schools on November 25. Because densely students in Uganda are currently in their 3rd and final term of the calendar year. On Saturday, the government extended a 3-week lockdown on the neighboring district of Mubende and Kasanda, which have been the center of the Ebola outbreak. The measures include a dark student curfew, a ban on personal travel, and the closure of markets, bars, and churches. Since the outbreak was declared in Mubende on September 20, the disease has spread across the country, including to the capital Kampala. But the president said nationwide restrictions are not needed. According to government figures from Sunday, 135 people have been infected with Ebola and 53 have died. Meanwhile, Kiev's main precondition for entering negotiations with Russia on ending the war is the return of all captured Ukrainian land. Alexei Danilov, the Secretary of Ukraine's National Security and Defense Council, said today that the Ukrainian side also needed the guarantee of modern air defenses, aircraft, tanks, and long-range missiles. Kyiv has repeatedly called for additional arms from its western backers following Russia's invasion in late February. Danilov's remarks came after Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said in his overnight address on Monday that he was open to genuine negotiations with Russia that will restore Ukraine's borders. He also called for compensation following devastating Russian attacks and demanded those responsible for alleged war crimes are punished. Muhammad Sani Uba, Freedom Radio.
And with that, we've come to the end of today's Global News. On behalf of the entire production team and I, Zahra Zannah, thank you for listening.